Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts. Sorry for the last-minute start here. I know you usually start with plenty of time to go before the game. But as you can see from the scoreboard clock at the top of your screen, we are just seconds away from pregame ceremonies for today's high school boys hockey contest between the visiting Rebels of Walpole High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Brookline trying to get things back on track. They're in the midst of a 3-game skid since losing to Mayfield-Sheehan in the finals of the Junior Bean Pot. They've since suffered a 5-2 loss to a very highly ranked Braintree squad and a heartbreaking 2-1 loss in overtime against Framingham. Those last two losses coming over the weekend. And now here they are taking on one of the best teams in Division II, Walpole, ranked number 3 in Division II in the MIAA power ratings that came out 5 days ago on the 21st. Meanwhile, Brookline, of course, ranked 37th in Division I. So two teams from different divisions, but in very different ends of their respective power rankings. We see Brookline here in their, in their white jerseys with dark blue jersey numbers and red outlines on the left. And the Walpole Rebels in their dark blue jerseys with orange jersey numbers on the right. As the PA announcer is taking over to get us ready to get started. As they introduce the starting lineups, we see for Walpole, senior co-captain number 4, Declan Hunter. We see skating in, I believe that's number 8, the junior Andrew Falzone. And in comes defenseman, senior co-captain Colin Birch. And then senior co-captain Jack Walsh, the other defenseman. And rounding it out, their goalie, number 1, the senior Tim Aplanalp. And the other forward was number 16, the junior Jason Finkelstein. For Brookline, they open with number 3, Marcus Pace. And then number 12, Henry Ames. And number 17, Emmett Tien. And then number 23, Dylan Katz. And number 4, Noah Gurdon. And the goalie, number 31, Zach Snyder. So Brookline not starting with their first line in tonight's game. That's a different strategy from what we usually see as we now get ready for the national anthem. All right, after the playing of our national anthem, we're now ready to get this one underway. Bay State Conference Boys Hockey, Brookline versus Walpole. Two teams trying to get back in the winner's mark. Brookline comes into this with a 6-5 record on a 3-game losing streak. Walpole, meanwhile, stands at 4-4 with a 2-game losing streak. Both teams trying to get back to form. Walpole coming out with a forward line of Declan Hunter, Jason Finkelstein, and Andrew Falzone. A defensive pairing of Jack Walsh and Colin Birch, and starting goalie Tim Aplanap. For Brookline, they come out not with their first line, but with a line of Henry Ames, Marcus Pace, and Emmett Tian, and a defensive pairing of Noah Gurdon and Dylan Katz. Of course, Zach Snyder in net. Opening puck drop, here we go. It's pushed into the Walpole end, chased down by Birch. Birch sends it around the back, finds his target. It's sent off the wall, and now crossing the blue line, that's Finkelstein. Finkelstein launches a shot saved by Snyder. Rebound is chased down, but now it's being scrummed around the boards. It's poked loose, but then deflected, now sent into the corner by Birch. Again, pinned to the boards. As Brookline now attempts to clear, it's lifted out by Noah Gurdon. Emmett Tian is chasing it down, but can't get there in time. That's icing. Now, after the icing, we have a Brookline end faceoff. It's won by Steve McDougall, sent around the boards by Jacob Gurdon. Now around the boards, Brookline trying to work on the clear. They've now got their first line out as it's dumped in by number 7, Eddie Jackson. Brookline again working on the clear. Now puck controlled by Steve McDougall in the neutral zone. He gets leveled by number 17, Will Blakely. Again, puck pushed into the boards, now sent back to an open defenseman. Pushed over to a wing and stolen away by Brookline. As now it's passed over to Rohan Gervais. Pass goes into the neutral zone, but off the mark. Stolen for a second by number 23, Griffin Curran, but taken back by Brookline. Caleb Weldon had it for a second, but now stolen back by Walpole. The Rebels resetting with number 11, Matt Bianculi. Puck now sent ahead. This is number 22, Grady Murphy, across the blue line. Trying to come around. Can't fit it in there. Walpole still trying to keep up the attack. Almost a dangerous chance there, but broken up by Emmett Tian. Pass goes over. A long shot saved. Might have been deflected before it got to the net. Brookline trying to get out of the back. Marcus Pace tries to clear, but it's stopped by Birch. He tries to send it in, and it misses everybody and goes wide. Off the boards, it's poked into the neutral zone by Henry Ames. Now chased down again by Birch. He brings it around the back, sends it off the boards, deflects into the neutral zone. James Redding now sends it back in. Controlled by number 3, Drew Naughton. Now a couple passes, it winds up back with Declan Hunter, but stolen by Caleb Weldon. He brings it across the blue line, but runs out of room, and it's taken by Finkelstein. Finkelstein lifts it, finds Hunter. Hunter, a long pass off the boards, and broken up by Jacob Gurdon as he gets it into the corner. Finkelstein recovers, trying to work his way through. It's poked away from him, slowly skidding across the ice into the Walpole end, and it's chased down by Birch. Birch sends a long pass. It deflects, but gets into the neutral zone. Broken up by Gurdon, and now Gervais sends a pass attempted for McDougall, but broken up. And now it's dumped into the Brookline end. As Walpole makes a change, Brookline makes a change. James Redding controlling the puck. Weaving through a couple players, but loses it and deflects the steal right back to his team. That could have been disaster. As now Walpole sends it back into the Brookline end. No icing. And a deflected pass from Brookline now has to be chased down. It's controlled by number 7, and now a whiffed shot there by number 15, Andrew Fowkes. Brookline got it into the Walpole end, but now it's taken again by Bianculli. Now number 23 skating through. His shot deflected. Dylan Katz on defense there against Griffin Curran. Curran now taking it in the corner, sends a pass back to Bianculli. Shot turned away by Snyder. Rebound is kept in play for a second by Walpole, but now just dumped into the corner as Noah Gurdon will take it out of the corner, lift it off the boards and into the neutral zone. A pass across the blue line and a late offsides call as the pass from Fowkes to Curran didn't quite time itself right around the blue line. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. 10:46 on the clock here in the first period. Face-off controlled by Walpole. Blakely sends it down to the Brookline end. It's chased down by Noah Gurdon. Comes around the back, gets around one defender. Now sends it off the boards into the neutral zone. It's controlled by Blakely. And now being pinned to the boards, Emmett Tien gets it loose, but his pass is deflected and it's dumped back into the Brookline end. Stopped by Snyder. And out of the scrum, it comes away with Gurdon, but he leaves it dangling out there, and now a scrum around the boards. Several players getting mixed up in there trying to fight for it. That was Grady Murphy against Henry Ames on the boards there, and ultimately gets sent loose, and now a shot goes wide from Blakely. Now pass goes back, long shot. Oh, juicy rebound, save by Snyder. Juicy rebound, save again by Snyder. Two big chances for number 2, Frankie Gavoni. But Snyder is a wall for both of them. Walpole restarting the attack, gaining the blue line. Big move by Birch, shot, save again by Snyder. Walpole keeps it in the Brookline end. They're out shooting Brookline 4-0 so far. This is Hunter, juicy chance. Oh, but the pass just slightly off the mark from foul zone. They reset. Bianculli skating around from the point. Sends pass over, and it's sent around the corner by Finkelstein. Now taken by Hunter. Hunter trying to fight his way through. Stolen away by Pace. He lifts it all the way down the Brookline line, down this line, and that'll be icing. 9:04 on the clock here in the first. Still scoreless, but momentum definitely belongs to Walpole early, as they've generated some really nice scoring chances. Zach Snyder doing everything he can to keep the game scoreless. Face-off is controlled ultimately by Brookline, pushed ahead by Ben Rosenthal. Goes all the way down to the Walpole end. Oh, and the defender whiffed on it. Rosenthal collects it, sends a pass around. This is Campbell Hawkins, who could not quite collect it, as they push it on ahead. Gaining the blue line is number 7, Jackson. Oh, a juicy chance, but they just couldn't collect the pass cleanly. Coming back around, another juicy chance taken by Jackson. Shot saved by Snyder, and he covers it. No, he doesn't cover it up. It's poked loose, and Jackson sends it around the boards for Joey Cox. They're scrumming. They get it loose. It's controlled for a second. Now controlled. This is Katz. Dylan Katz gains the blue line. No, he doesn't. He stood up. Taken right back by Walpole. Nice weaving through multiple defenders by Bianculli, but ultimately he runs out of room. It's taken away by Redding. Now Gervais skating with it. Gains the blue line. He's got some reinforcements with him. Launches the shot, and it misses wide. Might have been slightly deflected. Redding dumps it back into the Walpole end. Birch slips and falls. He's got to get the puck away. He gets it away to the corner to Murphy. Murphy scrumming along the boards. It's won by Gervais. Gervais dumps it off for Redding, who launches it off the back boards. McDougall trying to retrieve it. He sends it along the boards. It's taken back by Walpole. Birch sends it off the boards. And now this is Murphy gaining the blue line. He's got the numbers, shoots, and saved by Snyder again. That was a 3-on-1 chance for the Rebels. As now we got a face-off. Oh, Hunter tried to shoot that one, but slightly whiffed on it. And now the loose puck finally taken by Finkelstein. Pass finds Hunter, but he can't control it cleanly, and it's stolen away by Katz. Pass goes through, but it misses everybody. Instead, it's recovered by Birch. Swings it over to number 3, Naughton. And Naughton now sends it ahead. It goes all the way to the back. Sent around the boards now. Noah Gurdon slips and can't quite clear it. Finkelstein fighting for it. Finkelstein has control. Skating around. Looking for his opening. Tries a pass broken up by Tien. Pace now passes it back to Tien. Tien skating with it. Dumps it into the Walpole end. He's trying to fight around the defender. He does. Juicy pass, but it was broken up by Finkelstein. Now fighting to get it ahead. They can't quite gain the blue line. It's taken back by Pace. Sends a leading pass for Tien. It's broken up, but Pace recovers. Oh, the pass just misses Tien. Tien a centering pass. That misses as well. Recovered by Jacob Gurdon. Pass to the slot. Nobody there. Walpole clears it out into the neutral zone. Gurdon recovers it slightly. Long pass over to Redding. Redding sends it ahead, but nobody there except Birch. Birch sends it off the boards. And now it's sent back into the Walpole end. That will be an icing call. .5:57 on the clock here in the first period. Face-off won by Walpole. Pinned to the boards. And recovered. Oh, it's juicy chance there, but not quite. Recovered by Brookline. This is Connor Erdman trying to skate through. Can't do it, is stood up. And now number 23, Griffin Curran, who had the huge chance there but couldn't quite bury it, brings it into the blue line. But now it's lost and taken back by Brookline. Gaining the blue line, that's Connor Erdman. His shot deflected wide. As it now gets pinned to the boards, McDougall keeps it on the attack end. Blakely fending off everybody. He's one of the biggest guys out there, and he's showing it. As he gets the puck away, it's recovered by Weldon. Weldon trying to fight out of the corner, but it's ripped from his stick. Taken back by Walpole. Gaining the blue line, we got another player slipping and falling. Bianculli eventually just ran out of room there. We've had a number of players slipping and falling. I think it's possible they didn't send the Zamboni through before this game started, and that might be affecting the surface for both teams. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Nothing official. As Brookline now tries to move it. Some nice passes, but the last one just misses the mark from Weldon to McDougall. As McDougall fights to get the puck back, sends a pass through, but the reinforcements aren't there. Recovered by Gervais. Long pass finds Gurdon. Gurdon pass for Gervais, but he can't control it. Attempted clear, recovered by Redding. Redding lifts it to the corner. Blakely takes it, but can't keep control. Taken back by Gervais. Back to Redding, the one-timer. Oh, just misses wide. Almost had a juicy deflection there. Gurdon trying to push it along the boards. Recovered by Ames. He takes it around the back. Tries to send a pass, but nobody there except Timberwolves. Slight correction there. The Walpole mascot changed last spring. I was not aware of that, so I've been calling them by their old mascot name. They are not the Walpole Rebels. They are the Walpole Timberwolves. So my mistake on that. Stolen by Hunter. Shot. Oh, off the pole. Hunter tries to recover and send it back, but it's stolen away by Tien. Going into the open ice, it's chased down by Finkelstein. Finkelstein clears it out to the neutral end. 7-2, the shot advantage for Walpole here in the first period. Hunter gains the blue line, launches again, saved by Snyder. Make that an 8-2 shot advantage for the Timberwolves. 3 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock here in the first period. Still no score between Brookline and Walpole. Face-off is ultimately controlled. Oh, can't poke it home. Oh, it's so dangerous, but they didn't get it. A scrum right around the crease. And now this pass deflects back. Birch launches, saved by Snyder. A rebound chance goes wide. Walpole hitting everything but the back of the net right now. as Hunter trying to gain control, but he gets smothered. Gervais clears it out to the neutral zone. Now it's taken by McDougall and lifted into the Walpole end. The Timberwolves trying to now skate through. They got control in the neutral zone. Skating through. This is Finkelstein. Gets around one defender, coming around the back. Bumps into Gurdon, and Jacob Gurdon takes it back for Brookline. Pace trying to work his way through. He gets leveled. Grady Ames whiffs on a chance to dump it into the Walpole end. Out of the scrum, the loose puck goes back to Jacob Gurdon. He sends it back to the neutral zone. Gets past a couple players and is chased down by Birch. Birch pass finds Pace. Juicy chance for Erdman, but deflected. And now controlled by, I believe, Finkelstein. Sent back into the neutral zone. Curran lifts it in. Recovered by Redding. Long pass to Pace. Pace sends it ahead. Nobody quite there, and this will be icing. Or no, it won't, because it didn't ricochet off anything. My mistake there. Birch sends a long pass. Misses Curran. And this one should be icing, and it will. Minute 46 in the first. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Walter Brown Arena with this Bay State Conference boys hockey matchup between the Brookline Warriors and the Walpole Timberwolves. Remember, if you enjoy the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't be shy to participate in the live chat. As Walpole controls the face-off. Passing goes across. Into the neutral zone we go, and now on the attack is Finkelstein. Tries to weave a pass through, but nobody there, and it's taken by Owen Erdman. Erdman taking it out of the back, sends a long pass, just misses Tien. In the neutral zone, it deflects into open ice. Bianculli takes it and lifts it into the Brookline end. It's stopped by Snyder and controlled by Katz. Katz sends it along the boards, controlled by Bianculli. He launches one high. Now out of the scrum, it's recovered. The pass by Owen Erdman. Erdman gains the blue line, but loses track of the puck. Bianculli pinned him to the boards and now chases down the puck. He lifts it out, finds a teammate, who then gets smushed. It's stolen by Tien. Pass to Jacob Gurdon, sent off the boards. It finds McDougall around the back. McDougall gets stood up. Walpole tries to clear, and it skips past Gurdon. Another weird bounce, but Gurdon manages to recover. Pass for Erdman. Erdman, the shot. Oh, save made by Ablanalp. Now it's lifted for another icing. 34.1 seconds left here in the first. 9-3 the shot advantage for Walpole, but no advantage on the most important part of the scoreboard. 0-0 the score. Face off. Goes back to Gervais. He gets smushed into the boards after an attempted shot. As now Walpole takes over. This is Finkelstein. Tries to send a pass through. Broken up by Jacob Gurdon. Now lifted by Brookline. It's downed. Shot turned away by Snyder off the shot from Fowkes. Now pinned to the boards. McDougall has it for a second, but it's still along the boards. McDougall still controlling it. Last 5 seconds of the period, and this should end it. There's the final buzzer for the first period. Through one, we are scoreless. Brookline 0, Walpole 0. As we head into the first intermission, I'm happy to tell you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, New England's largest retailer of used musical equipment. Located on Route 9 in Natick, Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products and the fair prices it offers to its customers, whether they're buying, selling, or trading in their used gear. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located on Route 9 in Natick, or go online at mgrboston.com to find out more. Once again, that's mgrboston.com. Stop by, have some fun, and be sure to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. And now a word from our second sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 a year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in the Boston area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and use other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management 781-902-0981 and ask for a complimentary meeting, or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And remember, you can learn more about the local businesses sponsoring my broadcasts by looking in the description of this video. I always leave the information there just in case you don't catch it while I'm saying it out loud. You can also find more in the description section. You can find the URL for my personal website, jessesports.com. My email address if you would like to contact me directly about commissioning my services, whether for covering a game outside of my normal coverage schedule or about, maybe putting together a highlight reel for your favorite team or your favorite player. I have done that before, and you can see examples of my work and other sections of my channel. You can also see a link to my Instagram account where I'll typically post a couple of the best plays from a previous game that I covered the next day after I cover it. And for now, we remain in the first intermission of this so far scoreless Bay State Conference boys hockey matchup. Brookline 0, Walpole 0. Walpole outshooting Brookline so far 10-3. And they've gotten a number of really, really good chances. Either just some slight deflections around the slot or even around the crease to keep the puck out of the net, and not to mention some great goaltending efforts by Zach Snyder to keep this one scoreless. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Walter Brown Arena. I'm going to go off the mic for a second, but I will be back for the second period. Don't go anywhere. Hello again, everybody. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live at Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts, bringing you some Bay State Conference high school boys hockey between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Walpole High Timberwolves. As the Zamboni takes its last last trip off the ice before the start of the second period. We see the Brookline Warriors ready to come out. The Walpole Timberwolves probably not far behind. As you can see from the scoreboard at the top of your screen, we are scoreless going into period number 2. But the momentum of that first period firmly in Walpole's grasp, a 10-3 shot advantage, as you might also be able to read on the scoreboard there. You should be able to read it. And one thing is, it is nice to see the Zamboni coming out, because I'll tell you, I don't think they brought it out before the game started. I didn't see it making its rounds just before the players came out. Like, the players just kind of came out. I'm not sure if they, were under a time crunch or something. I don't know what. But if it wasn't, freshly cleaned ice by the Zamboni, then it would explain, because in the first period, a lot of players were slipping and falling. A lot of passes were taking weird hops. And if that is the case, then we will probably see some smoother execution from both teams here in the second period. As you can see them switching sides, the Walpole Timberwolves now on my left, the Brookline Warriors now on my right, as they get ready for the opening face-off. This is an interconference match between two members of the Bay State Conference. However, two different divisions. Brookline, a Division I school. Walpole is Division II. And in terms of the MIAA power rankings, the first ones were released 5 days ago on the 21st. Last Friday. And at that time, Brookline was ranked 37th in Division I, while Walpole was ranked number 3 in Division II. Neither team has won since those power rankings came out. Both teams have lost 2 straight since those power rankings came out, and for Brookline, that dropped them to a losing streak of 3 games. First face-off of the second period goes back to Jacob Gurdon. Gurdon holding it, now sends a pass through. It deflects to Steve McDougall. McDougall lifts it into the Walpole end. It deflects, gets pinned to the boards, deflected up into the air, and Gurdon keeps it in play. Weldon tries a pass, just broken up by Declan Hunter. Sends it head off the boards. It's being chased after, poked at by Snyder, and now Gurdon takes it. Gurdon sends a pass through, misses everybody, and this will likely be an icing. No, it isn't. They say a deflection, as Tien now deflects it, and now McDougall takes it. Dangerous pass, and it's deflected into the air by Aplenalp. Now pinned to the corner. Coming out of it is Finkelstein. Lifts a pass over for Hunter. Hunter trying to get it out, but Tien keeps it back in the attack end. Brookline coming out looking like a completely different team in this first shift, as it now gets lifted into the neutral zone and controlled by Noah Gurdon. Pass to Connor Erdman. Erdman swings a pass over to Rohan Gervais. Gervais launches one, and it's covered up by Aplenalp. So one interesting thing to see there is Brookline came out with its original first-line forward of McDougall, Weldon, and Tien. They had moved Emmett Tien to a different line, I think to try and create some more balanced scoring. But so far it hasn't quite worked, as Tien has not registered a point since the line change. So I think Coach Mike Yanovich decided to try and make a switch back to get his best group of players together to try and get a goal scored. In the meantime, Walpole working on the clear. And that one is whiffed by number 18, Joey Cox. It's sent into the Walpole end. Chased down and fought for. Couple players scrumming for it, including Cox and Eddie Jackson. Cox almost came out with it, but again it whiffed. It goes back to Bianculli, sent into the corner to Jackson. Jackson tries to send it through. It was dangerous, but couldn't be corralled by Curran. Now a passing around to the corner to Jackson. He sends it back out to Blakely. Shot is saved by Snyder. A laser there from Will Blakely. And a right pad save by Zach Snyder deflected that one up into the netting as we now get ready for a face-off. Both teams make the change. This face-off will be between McDougall and number 19, Ryan Walsh. Walsh wins the face-off. Pass goes back to Birch. Now it's swung over to Naughton. Naughton tries to fire, deflected. Oh, almost a juicy chance. Oh, there's the goal! A couple of wild deflections, and it winds up at the stick of number 2, Frankie Gavoni. That was wild. A shot attempt broken up by Naughton. A shot attempt broken up by Murphy. And then it winds up at the stick of Frankie Gavoni, and he buries it. Walpole takes the 1-0 lead. Face-off is controlled by Birch. Birch lifts it into the Brookline end. It's stopped, and now Gurdon sends it around the boards. Birch couldn't quite keep it in the attack zone as he now just lifts it in, and Brookline resets. Long pass finds McDougall. McDougall can't fight his way through Birch, but does stay with the puck and keep the attack alive. Again, he can't fight his way through, but now a couple of deflections, and it's covered up by Aplenalp. So scored that first goal by Frankie Gavoni, assisted by Grady Murphy and Drew Naughton. 1-0, the Walpole lead, 12:24 on the clock here in the second. Face-off is controlled, but then taken away from Tian. And now Finkelstein sending the pass across to Bianculli. Matt Bianculli skating with it. Sends it ahead. Deflected into open ice, and Gurdon takes it. Pass off the boards to McDougall, who tries to tap it ahead for Tian, but it's cut off by Bianculli. He sends it into the neutral zone. It's taken by Finkelstein, gains the blue line, tries to wave around. Juicy chance. Hunter's shot is saved by Snyder. Finkelstein staying with it, fighting off several defenders, weaving his way through, and finally it's poked away. Brookline again can't quite clear it out. Bianculli keeping it on the attack, skating through, and finally runs out of room, and it's taken by Weldon and lifted high. And that'll be an icing call. 11:32 on the clock here in the second. The Timberwolves lead the Warriors 1-0 with a 13-4 shot advantage. Face-off in the Brookline end is scrummed for and ultimately poked loose and taken by Noah Gurdon. He lifts it. It's chased down by Birch. Birch gets it into the neutral zone. Jackson deflects it high into the Brookline end. Redding tries to send it along the boards, doesn't go as far as he wants. And now again on the attack, that's Joey Cox pinned to the boards and loses track of the puck. Connor Erdman sends it ahead to Gervais, but it's stolen away from him. Now he gets it into the neutral zone. They're still scrumming for it. They get it into the Walpole end. It's chased down by Blakely and sent around the boards. Curran corrals it. Fights off a defender. Tries to lift it out, but nothing doing. Redding with it. Long shot saved by Aplenalp. We got a Walpole end face-off now, and it's controlled by Murphy. Murphy passes it over to Gavoni. Gavoni with one goal already today, but this shot is deflected by Jacob Gurdon. Chased down and passed back to number 15. Now a pass for Walsh, number 19. A one-timer is blocked as Brookline tries to clear and again can't clear. A couple of weird deflections, and Katz misses it, and Walpole can restart on the attack. Gavoni sends it through for Walsh. Walsh gets pinned to the boards by Gurdon, but Gavoni sends it back. A long shot is covered up by Snyder, almost poked home by Walsh, as we see a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play, but nothing too egregious. The long shot from Andrew Fowkes was covered up by Snyder, though almost poked loose by Ryan Walsh. Face-off is controlled by Noah Gurdon, lifted high off the boards. Off the weird deflection, it's controlled by Grady Ames. He can't keep track of it, though, and it's taken away by Blakely. Deflection gets it over to number 21, as it's now poked loose and controlled by Birch. He gains the blue line. A long shot saved by Snyder. Both teams making a change. Walpole going back to the Finkelstein-Hunter foul zone line. Brookline back to McDougall, Weldon, Tien. Face-off is lifted out by Noah Gurdon. Blakely managed to send it all the way back to the Brookline end. McDougall, a long pass, finds Tien. Tien pinned to the boards, and it's gotten away from him, but McDougall takes it back. Now stolen for a second by Hunter. A couple weird deflections. It goes back to McDougall. He passes it over to Redding. Redding turns around, sends a long pass, finds Tien. Tien taps it ahead for Weldon. Weldon gains the blue line. Weldon fighting his way around the defender's shot. In! Caleb Weldon ties it! Caleb Weldon off the assist of Emmett Tien and James Redding. Buries that goal just barely in about the thinnest margin he could have. It was well covered by Aplenalp, and Weldon just managed to scoot it in that one narrow crease between his body and the pole. 1-1 now the score. Katz tries to clear it, but it's kept in play by Cox. Puck is poked loose, passed for Jackson, shot saved by Snyder. Weird deflection, but Snyder keeps it out. Pass ahead goes to Rohan Gervais, skating through the neutral zone. He loses track of the puck, and we got an offsides call on Brookline. So the move back to the normal first line pays dividends for Brookline, as they were able to tie this one up at 1. Puck now controlled by Murphy. Murphy sends it into the Brookline end, around the boards. Katz gets there first. Lifts it, and Henry Ames sends it ahead to Gervais in the neutral zone. Gervais can't get around his defender, as now it's controlled by Ames in the neutral zone, and he lifts it in. He was pinned to the boards by Fowkes. Now this is Gavoni, has it taken away from him, but an offsides call against Brookline. 8:24 on the clock here in the second period, and we're tied at 1 apiece. Oh, we've got a penalty. I think it's against Brookline. The official is talking to the Brookline bench and talking with Coach Mike Yanovich. I'm not sure what happened. Some kind of discussion is happening. 8 minutes, 24 seconds on the clock here in the second. All tied up at 1 apiece. Walpole still with a large shot advantage of 16-6. And now they will be sending a player from the Brookline bench. This is a bench penalty against Brookline, and they'll have Max Guo serve it for 2 minutes. So first power play of the day, and it comes from a bench penalty. You don't see that too often. As Brookline on the PK, a long lift by Noah Gurdon all the way down to the Walpole end. It's stopped by Aplenalp. and almost stolen away with an empty net by McDougall, but they do get the pass away. Now this is Finkelstein skating with it. Gains the blue line. Fights through a defender, and now settles in the corner. Sends a pass back out to Bianchili. Bianchili lifts a pass over to Finkelstein. Now a pass across finds Birch. Birch sends it down, finds Hunter. Hunter looking for an opening. Goes back to Birch. And I think we've got an off-puck penalty, and we've got a player down on the ice. That's Noah Gurdon. He threw off his glove and was holding his side for a bit there. And this is going to be a cross-checking penalty against Walpole. So immediately after the bench penalty, we have the first on-ice penalty. This one is called against Andrew Falzone. 2 minutes for cross-checking. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 1:25, and then a power play for Brookline for 35 seconds. Emmett Tien sends it around to the back. It's recovered by Bianchili. Bianchili skating with it. Sends it ahead to Finkelstein. Finkelstein gains the blue line. Skating through. Shot saved by Snyder. We'll now have the face-off in the Brookline end. It's controlled by Walpole. Goes back to Bianchili. Pass through, finds, I think, Walsh. Now back to Blakely. Shot saved by Snyder. Recovered by Blakely. Stolen away by Weldon and recovered by Jacob Gurdon. Pass ahead to Tien. Tien trying to weave his way through and eventually runs out of room. Stolen away, but Tien trying to steal it back. He does get it back. Tien's shot deflected. He tries to lift the rebound. It goes high. Weldon trying to poke it in. No! Oh, we got more pushing and shoving after the play. Brookline almost managed to turn that around, but now I think we've got 2 players now headed to the penalty box. Number 17 for both teams, Emmett Tien and Will Blakely, as they got into a shoving match there. It will remain 4-on-4 for the next 41 seconds, and then again a power play for Brookline for about 35 or 36 seconds. And the 2 players now added to the box are probably going to be in there for a little while, as this is immediately lifted down to the Brookline end, and that'll be icing. So yeah, Caleb Weldon sent that one into the crease, trying to look for a lucky deflection, and Emmett Tien was trying to fight for that deflection, and of course Blakely was trying to keep him out, and I guess in some way, shape, or form they took exception to each other's efforts, and it resulted in the penalty. Hunter skating through, shot deflected by Noah Gurdon, goes all the way to the corner, poked ahead and into the neutral zone by Redding. Now sent around the backboard, stopped by Snyder. Noah Gurdon stops it, skating out. Sends a pass across, finds his target. I believe that's McDougall. McDougall sends a backhand pass over to Noah Gurdon. Gurdon gains the blue line but gets smushed by Birch. Birch resetting for Walpole. Long pass finds Finkelstein. Finkelstein now gaining the blue line. Gets around Redding, coming in. Shot saved by Snyder. We are now officially on a Brookline power play with 27 seconds left on the penalty. As Guo gets to return to the bench, basically, and Brookline can now have 5 players out on the ice. Meanwhile, Walpole left with 4 for another 27 seconds as Falzone remains in the box. Face-off is won by Brookline. And it is controlled, I believe, by Rohan Gervais, sent over to Jacob Gurdon. Gurdon turns around as Brookline resets. They haven't got a lot of time. A long pass ahead to McDougall. Pass across to Weldon. They've only got 10 seconds left on the penalty. Weldon tries to weave through and gets sandwiched, and this should end the penalty. Just 5 seconds left as Gurdon takes it, skates through, turns around. Penalty is over as he hands it off to Henry Ames. Now back to Jacob Gurdon. Gurdon, shot, saved by Aplenalp, can't cover it up as McDougall pokes it away, keeps on the attack. Pass to Weldon, shot is deflected high by Aplenalp. So no score on the penalty for either team, as we've still got 5:35 left here in the second period. Tied at 1 apiece. 19-8, the shot advantage for Walpole. And we got a Walpole end faceoff, controlled by the Timberwolves. Pass from Naughton over to, I think, Bianculli. Now back around the boards, and Jackson lifts it into the Brookline end. Redding trying to chase it down and fight off Cox. Sends it off the boards. Keeps poking it ahead. James Redding fights his way through. Now he's fighting through the neutral zone. Gains the blue line. Redding still fighting for it. Oh, juicy chance for a second shot. Turned away by Aplenalp. That shot was ultimately fired by Marcus Pace after a couple deflections. But now stolen away at the boards by the Timberwolves. Goes all the way around the boards and is recovered by Redding. Redding now lifts a pass. Finds Owen Erdman. He can't get his pass through. Goes back to Redding, who smacks it down to the Walpole end. That'll be icing. .450 on the clock here in the second. 1-1, the tie score between Brookline and Walpole. And it looks like Tien and Blakely have now been taken out of the box. And it looks like Blakely's going back in? What's happening? Yeah, it looks like Tien is going back as well. It looks like they weren't supposed to come out of the box yet, as the official is explaining. This has been a very confusing period in terms of penalties, as the official now has to go and explain to Walpole head coach Ron Dowd after explaining to Brookline head coach Mike Yanovich why those two players have to remain in there. Off the face-off, Murphy sends it around the back. It's recovered by Jacob Gurdon. Pass ahead to Weldon. Weldon pokes it into the neutral zone. Finds a teammate, that's Rohan Gervais. Chasing it down. Pass for McDougall. Almost deflects in, but not quite. McDougall keeps it on the attack, but it's finally taken away from him. Lifted out by Gavoni. Deflects off the stick of Murphy, and into the Brookline end it goes. Chased down by Katz. Katz tries to clear it, but it deflects from Walsh. Walsh keeping with it. Sends it into the corner. Gavoni takes it along the boards and sends a pass around the boards. It gets back to Birch. Birch loses it, but he recovers it in the neutral zone. Sends it into the Brookline end now, as a big switch is happening for Walpole, and Brookline trying to go on the attack. In the meantime, Gervais sends it around the boards to the Walpole end. Chase down in the corner. Pass across to Birch. Long pass through. Finds Bianculli. Bianculli gains the blue line. Can't launch a shot. He kind of whiffed on it. Now the puck is pinned to the boards, and coming out with it is Grady Ames. Grady Ames sends a pass off the boards. It's deflected back, but McDougall recovers it. Sends it across the blue line, but it's sent right back into the neutral zone. Redding recovers, passes over to Noah Gurdon. Pass goes off the boards, taken by Bianculli. Bianculli now sends his pass off the boards. They try another pass, but it's intercepted by Ames. Grady Ames lifts it over to, I believe, McDougall. Oh, juicy chance for Henry Ames, but he couldn't bury it. And that's Owen Erdman who recovers the rebound. Goes back to Redding. Shot saved by Aplenalp. Henry Ames almost had a chance to poke it home, but just couldn't get his stick on it as he was wrapped up with the Walpole defense. 3:06 left in the second. Face-off is ultimately controlled by Birch. Birch, a pass ahead to Jackson. Jackson passes ahead and finds Cox. Cox's pass deflected and stolen away by Noah Gurdon. He can't clear it out, and it's recovered by Cox. Tries to send a pass through, deflected again by Gurdon, and Henry Ames lifts it out across the blue, no, not across the blue line, as Curran takes it back. Pass to Jackson, shot goes wide. Now trying to send it through, that was Fowkes, but instead it's almost cleared out, but not quite cleared out. Walpole still with it. Long shot from Birch goes wide. Juicy rebound. Oh, a save by Snyder. That was a big scoring chance there for the Timberwolves, as they just couldn't quite bury it. The pass from Curran to Jackson couldn't quite be buried. A nice pad save by Snyder. Off the face-off, Murphy sends it around the back to Gavoni. This pass now intercepted by Walsh. Pass to Gavoni. He sends it around the boards to a teammate that's not there. Fowkes now just has to chase it down back in his own end. Skating around the back, fends off one defender. Sends it through to the neutral zone, but sent back in immediately by Jacob Gurdon. Birch chases it down, takes it out of the back. Trying to fight through a couple forecheckers, and he gets it away to Murphy. Murphy gets pinned to the boards by Gervais, and McDougall sends it all the way back to Snyder, who dumps it off for Gurdon. Jacob Gurdon skating with it, less than 2 minutes left in the period. Long pass, finds his target. Gervais, no, that's Henry Ames. Pass for Jacob Gurdon. Gurdon tries a pass, deflects away, and now taken back by Walpole, but immediately intercepted again by Brookline, sent into the corner. Chased down by Henry Ames, tries to pass it back. McDougall tries to poke it in, but saved by Aplenalp. Minute 23 on the clock now in the second period. Still a 1-1 score. Face-off. Goes back, but poked into open ice by James Redding. Recovered by Owen Erdman. Shot saved by Aplenalp. He caught his own deflection out of the air. That was a pad save that turned into a glove save. Now a minute 15. Face-off goes back to Erdman. Fires, saved by Aplenalp. That time purely a glove save. A couple of big shots from Owen Erdman have both been stopped by Tim Aplenalp. The face-off now controlled by Walpole. Sent around the boards. Finds Declan Hunter. Lifts a pass. Finds his target. Gaining the line and losing it as it's stolen away by Jacob Gurdon. Now sent into open ice. And back into the neutral zone it goes. Lifted back to the neutral zone by Brookline. Ames sends the pass to Ames off the boards. That was Henry to Grady, but now stolen away by Finkelstein. Finkelstein skating through the neutral zone. Still waving his way through. Oh, what moves, but what a save by Snyder! Jason Finkelstein with some fancy skating there to weave around several defenders, but ultimately could not get past the final wall. 40.2 seconds left now in the first period. Face-off goes back to Curran, pass back to Bianculli. He sends it off the boards. Now taken by Redding, can't quite clear it. It's recovered by Cox. Cox sends it around to the back. Jackson has it. Pass to Curran. Curran gets it into the corner, but now McDougall trying to keep it pinned, trying to poke it out. He does. Gervais, touch pass for McDougall. McDougall skating with it in the last seconds. Gets pinned and crashes hard into the boards, but it looks like he's okay. As now the failed clear is recovered by Noah Gurdon. Gervais' shot goes wide, and it's recovered by Curran. Lifted out. Redding fires a long one, and it's stopped by Aplenalp. And that'll end the second period. That was good defense at the last second by Matt Bianculli. McDougall was coming fast in the final seconds of that period. but ultimately Bianchi, laid his stick across at full length to make sure whatever shot McDougall tried would be deflected. McDougall tried to find some kind of an opening, but ran out of room before he could even get a shot off. After 2 periods here at Walter Brown Arena, the score, the Brookline High Warriors 1, the Walpole High Timberwolves 1. And once again, I am happy to remind you this broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, the largest retailer of used musical equipment in New England. Music Go Round is the perfect place to go for both buying and selling your used musical gear. Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products, which are all tested and retested to ensure they're in great working condition and sold at a great price. And when you bring in your own equipment to sell or to trade, the store's certified buyers will offer you a fair price. They will explain the basis of the offer and even tell you how much they hope to resell it for, operating on a model of complete transparency. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located at 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call the store for more information at 508-647-6874. Once again, that's 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call 508-647-6874. And be sure to thank the folks at Music Go Round for sponsoring this broadcast. And now a word about a local charity, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served and continues to serve an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, you can read up the information about our paying sponsors, Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management, and the local charity, the Brookline Food Pantry, in the description section of this video. You can also find the URL for my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address if you would like to contact me directly. And you can also find a link to my Instagram account where I typically will post a couple highlights from the previous day's game. And remember, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all my upcoming live streams, and don't forget to engage in the live chat if there's anything you want to say, you want to give a shout out to your favorite team or your favorite player. If you want to just say hello to the other folks watching across the internet, then you can do that too. Or if there's anything I'm getting wrong, if I'm mispronouncing somebody's name, either on Brookline or on Walpole, I encourage you to let me know and correct me. Or anything else like that. If you think there's any fun facts worth adding to the broadcast for other people to know, that's something you can say in the live chat as well. But in the meantime, in the second intermission, we are tied at 1 apiece. Both teams get on the board in the second period. For Walpole, the goal scored by Frankie Gavoni after a couple wild deflections gave the puck to him right at his stick, right in the slot. Assists to Grady Murphy and Drew Naughton. And for Brookline, the equalizer scored by Caleb Weldon, which now marks his third straight game with at least 1 point, and his first goal since January 14th in the first game of the Junior Beanpot. And of course, his 7th goal of the year. His goal, he managed to poke one in just barely in the gap between Walpole goalie Tim Aplenalp and the left side pole. Assists for Weldon coming from Emmett Tien and James Redding. For Tien, that is his 8th assist of the season and his first point tallied since the Junior Beanpot Finals, as he was moved back to that first line for Brookline, and it immediately paid dividends. For James Redding, that marks his 2nd assist of the year. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Walter Brown Arena, and I will be back with the 3rd period after a short break. Stay tuned. Okay, we've got our first pronunciation correction in the live chat. I'm happy to see this. As this is an important name, it's for the Walpole netminder from Molly Gamache, who I might be flubbing the pronunciation of your name as well, and I apologize. It sounds like Aplenalp. Aplenalp. So as I test that out, I know I'm like a few seconds ahead of you guys technically, as there's a bit of a delay between what I say and when it gets to you guys. But Molly, please let me know if I'm saying that right. Aplenalp. And I'll be able to give that young man the proper credit he deserves, as he has had a solid outing. 11 saves so far, while Brookline's Zach Snyder has tallied 19 saves. After a very one-sided 11-3 shot count in favor of Walpole in the first period, the two teams basically shot even, 9 shots each in that second period. Okay, Molly coming through. I've got it right now. So Molly, again, thank you. I really appreciate it. If there are any other Walpole fans out there who want to correct me on the pronunciation of any other names that I've been saying wrong, please let me know. Looks like we got some more helpful tips on properly pronouncing the name of the Walpole netminder from Gail Appleknap. Says Apple Nap, easier that way, from Tim's grandparents. I appreciate that, Gail. Thank you very much. And either way, you are doing a great job. Thank you again. Like I said, I appreciate the clarifications, and I appreciate the kind words of support as well. It's been a good game so far. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. Brookline has been in that situation before, as they fought Framingham to a 1-1 tie at the end of regulation back on Sunday, but ended up losing in overtime 2-1. And then, of course, in the Junior Beanpot Finals, they had fought Bishop-Feehan to a 1-1 tie late in the game before Bishop-Feehan netted the equalizer and then ultimately an empty netter to seal it with a 3-1 win for Bishop-Feehan. Both teams fighting to get their way back into the win column. Brookline, as I said, on a 3-game skid. Walpole on a 2-game skid of its own. The 3rd-ranked team of Division II against the 37th-ranked team of Division I. As we now see the home team, the Brookline Warriors, coming out onto the ice. And right behind the Warriors, here come the Walpole Timberwolves. See the two teams getting loose and ready for the final period of regulation here at Walter Brown Arena. All tied at 1 apiece. We see Zach Snyder returning to the net for Brookline, having recorded 19 saves so far today. And for Walpole, their netminder, Tim Appleknap. He's recorded 11 saves of his own so far today. So no time to waste. Here we go. The 3rd and final period of regulation. As we see Walpole send out the defensive pairing of what looks to be, as Blakely and Tien are just going to be sitting in the box for what seems like forever. Opening face-off of the 3rd. McDougal and Finkelstein get wrapped up as we got a hard check into the boards. And now a juicy chance saved by Snyder. Declan Hunter had a point-blank chance there. But again, Snyder just blocking everything. Birch sends a pass across. Fowkes tips it ahead. It goes across the blue line. Is chased down by Caleb Weldon. Sent off the boards to Katz. Katz's attempted pass is deflected and recovered by the T-Wolves, but then lost in the corner. This is Grady Ames now skating with it for Brookline. Sends it around the boards. Kept in the attack end. Finkelstein has it in the corner, but gets smothered by a couple defenders. He somehow escapes, but now it's stolen away as Weldon lifts a pass. It's taken by Birch. Birch sends a pass to foul zone, misses him, and that'll be icing. Declan Hunter looked like he was going to break this game open right there as the puck wound up right at his stick at point-blank range, but he couldn't quite bury it. 14:05 on the clock here in the third as we have the Walpole end face-off. It's sent high in the air by Birch into the neutral zone, tapped down by Noah Gurdon, but they can't touch it or it would be an offsides. Sent into the neutral zone, misses the target, and another pass misses the target. Now a pass finds Curran. Curran skating down the left side, attempted pass, deflects high into the air, sent all the way down to the opposite end. Now sent along the boards. Redding lifts it along the boards, taken by Curran. He sends it in. Dangerous chance, saved by Snyder again. Off the backhanded shot by Curran. Now coming out loose, Curran coming around the back looking for his passing lane. Sends a long pass back to Bianchili. Shot goes high. Birch tries to send a pass to Jackson, but he can't collect it cleanly. Has to send it along to Curran and back to Jackson. Jackson pinned to the boards by Grady Ames, and Noah Gurdon takes it, lifts it. Ames lifts it into the neutral zone. Owen Erdman couldn't collect it, so it's taken by Bianchili. Bianchili gains the blue line, but not cleanly, and that's going to be an offsides. The puck drifted behind him as his feet crossed the blue line, and that results in an offsides. 13:04 on the clock here in the third. And we have a neutral zone faceoff. Faceoff is won by Walsh, but it goes all the way back to the Walpole end there. Attempted clear is kept in play by Katz. Finds Weldon, the shot, saved by Appleknapp. Almost a juicy rebound, but it's poked away. Gavoni tries to lift it out, but Gervais keeps it in. Weldon trying to chase it down. He's coming out the back. Sends a pass back to Katz. Katz tries to send a pass through, but it's stolen away from him. This is a breakaway. Ryan Walsh all by himself. Him against Snyder. Saved by Snyder! Oh, we're going to have a penalty call against Brookline. This is going to be against Dylan Katz. I'm not sure whether that was for like a hold or a slash or something. He was trying to do everything he could to prevent that breakaway by Ryan Walsh. And so he'll serve 2 minutes. 12:32 on the clock here in the third. First face-off of the power play is collected by James Redding. He gets pinned to the boards, and it's taken by Walpole. Coming out the back, a pass back to Birch. Shot is blocked. And now Gervais tries to lift it out, but can't do it. Bianchili keeps it in play. Foul zone sends it to the corner. It's taken by Redding. He sends it around the boards. It's going to be recovered by Birch. Pass to Finkelstein. Finkelstein skating around. Pass for Bianchili. Pass back to Hunter. Hunter couldn't quite get the shot off. It was blocked at the last second by Gurdon. Lifted out by McDougall all the way down to Appleknapp. Now Finkelstein skating out of the back. Into the neutral zone. Now gains the blue. Getting around Jacob Gurdon. A pass, nobody there, and Gurdon clears it out easily. Just over a minute left in the penalty now as Birch restarts it. Long pass to Finkelstein. Finkelstein swings it over, finds Hunter, who gains the blue. Coming around the back, turns around, shot blocked by Gurdon. Rebound recovered by foul zone. Passes over to Finkelstein. Finkelstein pass to Hunter. Hunter's got a shot, misses. Might have deflected wide. Another laser from Declan Hunter. But again, he's had no luck so far. 44 seconds on the penalty, 11:16 in the third. Face-off controlled by Brookline, and the clear is stopped by Bianchili. Caught it out the air like an infielder on a line drive. They keep from losing it behind the blue. Birch passes over to Bianchili. Bianchili passes off the boards, finds Cox. Now back to Bianchili, launches one, that one's in! Matt Bianchili might have been aided by a deflection, but I think that goal is indeed going to go to number 11. The power play goal gives Walpole back the lead early here in the third at 2-1. 2-1, 10:56 left here in the third. The power play goal scored by number 11, Matt Bianculli. Walpole trying to go on the attack, but it's poked away. Hunter sends one off the boards as Ames going at it. Oh, a hard push into the boards from foul zone, and that's going to be a penalty. He went high on that one. That's going to be a cross check. Foul zone, not happy with it. And I can kind of understand, as the pass was headed for him, he had one guy check him while the other guy went for the puck. And then as he tries to fight back to get the puck, he gets called for the cross check, but, you know, got to make the hits clean. So it'll be 2 minutes for cross checking as the clear immediately goes back to the Brookline end, and the Warriors reset. This is Rohan Gervais skating with it. Sends a pass over to Jacob Gurdon. Now across to Owen Erdman. Erdman can't get through his defender, and it's sent back all the way back to the Brookline end. Pass from Gurdon to Erdman. Now a pass ahead to Caleb Weldon. Weldon gains the blue line. Dumps it to McDougall. Now back to Weldon. Weldon from the corner. Surveying his options. Passes it to Gervais. Gervais trying to escape the corner, and he can't. And it's going to be cleared out again by Walpole. As the puck deflects away from Snyder for a bit there, he does hand it off for Gurdon, who then hands it off for McDougall. McDougall passes it off the boards, misses, and almost loses it, but instead he steals it back in the neutral zone. Poked away from him again. Gervais gains the blue line. But instead it's going to be lifted out by Birch. Brookline not getting any chances here in this power play, as Snyder has to get the pass away to Gurdon, and Gurdon sends it ahead, finds Henry Ames. Ames launches it into the attack zone, and that's going to be icing. And finally, after that stoppage, we see Emmett Tien and Will Blakely exit the penalty box, having served the major penalty that started all the way back in the second period. 39 seconds still on the power play, and it's a face-off back in the Brookline end. Face-off is controlled by Brookline. It goes back to Noah Gurdon, who tries to bring it along the back. Now passes ahead to Emmett Tien. Tien passes ahead for McDougall. McDougall gains the blue line. Trying to force his way through. Gets through, coming out the back. Holding it in the corner, passes to the back to Weldon. Weldon pass back to McDougall. McDougall, it's poked away by Blakely. Weldon trying to stay with it. Gets the puck to McDougall. McDougall skating through, tries to poke it in. Oh, a juicy chance on the rebound, but they couldn't bury it. Tien recovers, passes, just misses Noah Gurdon. That ends the penalty. Pass goes around the back. Weldon couldn't corral it, but he fights it away from Blakely, but Blakely fights it back. Now he passes ahead to foul zone, but poked away by Jacob Gurdon. Tien couldn't quite reach it. And now it's lifted into the Brookline end. Big switch for both teams at the end of the penalty. Noah Gurdon sends a long pass ahead. It's deflected high, and it's scooped up by Appleknap. 2-1, the Timberwolves lead the Warriors with 8 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third period. Face-off is shot by Erdman, but saved by Appleknap. Now Walpole trying to counterattack, but it's intercepted by Noah Gurdon. Passed ahead to Henry Ames. Ames trying to work his way through, can't get through Birch, and instead it's recovered by Walsh. Walsh's pass is broken up and wrestled away by Owen Erdman. Erdman can't fight his way through, and it's taken by Gavoni. Attempted clear, does get back into the neutral zone. And so now Walpole recovers the puck and resets. Pass intercepted again. Ames gets it back into the attack zone. It's recovered again by Gavoni. Gavoni passes over to Birch. Now pass around the boards to Gavoni. Gavoni trying to fight his way out. Gets a pass ahead to Walsh. Walsh gains the blue line. Can't fight off the defenders. His pass does go back, and that's going to be a trip. No, it's not. No trip call. Noah Gurdon gains the blue line. Looking around, a pass deflects away. No chance. Recovered by Tian. He's trying to fight his way through. Get a shot through. Can't do it. No juicy rebound. And it's lifted out, and that'll be icing. The Walpole fans not happy with that call. Or should I say non-call, on what at first looked like it was going to be a tripping penalty against Brookline, but we stay at even strength. Quick shot off the face-off by Tian is deflected high in the air. Bianculli sends it around to Blakely, who then sends it to Curran. Curran skating with it. Long pass, intercepted by Jacob Gurdon, but it's stolen away from him. Attack chance. Curran saved by Snyder. Pass goes around. Weldon tries to send a pass, misses, intercepted by Cox. Gurdon recovers it, passes ahead, finds Tian. Tian through the neutral zone, trying to weave around, but can't do it. Stolen away for a second by Curran. Now taken back. This is Katz sending the pass through, almost intercepted, but gets it to Tian. This one deflected into the air by Jackson. And now the loose puck taken by Curran. He gains the blue line. Fires. Save again by Snyder. Rebound is now being scrummed for as McDougall tries to clear it, but can't do it. This is Blakely. The shot goes wide. Might have deflected. Weldon now sends it into the neutral zone. Tian skating with it. Gains the blue line. Skating around. Cannot get through Finkelstein as he's trying to keep it on the attack. It's pinned to the boards, and ultimately it goes through to Hunter. Pass now to number 6, Nate DeMartinez. His shot is deflected into the net by Snyder. .5:35 left here in the third period. Brookline trails Walpole 2-1. Face-off is ultimately recovered by Finkelstein. Sends a pass to open ice, but it's taken by Redding. Redding lifts it up the boards, and this one might go for an icing. It will. Now 5:24 on the clock as we get ready for another face-off in the Brookline end. Face-off goes back to Fowkes. Long shot goes wide. Chased down by Connor Erdman as he lifts it to the neutral zone. And we got a stoppage for some reason. Marcus Pace was about to take off with it. But we got a whistle. I'm not sure what this whistle was for. No one's going to the box. We're just going to have a face-off in the Brookline end. Maybe it hit off the netting somewhere? I have no idea. Face-off is won by Walpole. Goes back to Birch. Pass, and now stolen away by a swarm of Brookline players, but now stolen back by Jackson. Attempted clear. Kept in play by Fowkes. Curran couldn't get a stick on it. Now in the corner, it's being scrummed for. Goes loose and into the neutral zone. Gervais trying to take it. Gervais still pushing it. His pass can't get through. He's trying desperately to get a pass through, but couldn't do it. He had Owen Erdman waiting. Now Erdman takes it off the turnover. Shot is saved by Applenap. Fowkes with it along the back. Can't get it through the defenders. Gervais tries to send a pass back. Finds Jacob Gurdon, but he can't control it. Now it's scrummed along the boards. Now sent around the boards. Fowkes gets there first as he battles Henry Ames. It's poked loose and taken by Cox. Cox a long pass, misses his teammate. Redding tries to lift it, but it deflects back in his face as the two teams make their changes. Redding a long pass, intercepted immediately, gaining the blue line, but then losing the puck. No, getting it back. That was, I think, Finkelstein, as Tian now brings it out into the neutral zone, lifts it into the Walpole end and chases after it. But it's taken by Blakely. Blakely can't get it out of the corner. He's trying to fight against several players. Tian takes it back. Shot goes off the side of the net. McDougall pass to Weldon. Shot! Saved by Appleknap. Three minutes and 40 seconds on the clock here. As you can see at the scoreboard at the top of your screen, 2-1, the Walpole advantage. Face off. Tian tried to take a swing at it, but whiffed. And just too many bodies and too many sticks in there for anyone to get a clean shot off. And now it's taken back by the Timberwolves. Oh, they're running 2-on-1. Finkelstein with the speed. Fires, saved by Snyder. Finkelstein recovers, tries to send a pass back, but misses, slightly deflected. Chased down by Bianculli. Now stolen away back by Walpole again. I believe this is Hunter. Pass broken up by Snyder. Off the deflection, McDougall sends it ahead. Ames tries to deflect it, but it's blocked. Sent into the neutral zone to Ames. Ames can't fight his way through. Stolen by Hunter. Gurdon now sends a pass ahead. Finds his target. A pass to Henry Ames. Shot. Saved by Appleknap. Two minutes and 51 seconds. I expect soon we'll get a timeout from Brookline, as they are soon going to have to think about when they go empty net to try and tie this one up. Face off. Goes right to Appleknap, and he covers up immediately, so that just takes a few seconds off the clock. Face off, goes back to Gurdon, lifts it in, almost a dangerous deflection there, but ultimately deflects away. Birch lifts it out, gets to Jackson. Jackson gets it into the neutral end and ultimately into the Brookline end. Redding skating hard around the back, trying to fend off the forechecker. Couple passes and it lifts into the neutral zone. Into open ice. Fowkes tries to clear it, but it goes sideways. Gervais pass to Ames. He couldn't collect it cleanly. Birch tries to clear it, but instead it's recovered by Owen Erdman. Erdman passes and misses Henry Ames. It's taken by Fowkes. Fowkes trying to lift it out. They get it through to the neutral zone. They're trying to weave their way through. Redding gets it into the neutral zone. Owen Erdman passes to Emmett Tian. It is an empty net for Brookline, as this is now taken by Redding. Less than 2 minutes left. Last chance for Brookline. Weldon launches it into the Walpole end. Birch takes it. Passes ahead to Finkelstein. Finkelstein clears it into the neutral zone. Noah Gurdon chases it down. He passes ahead to Tian. Tian gains the blue line. Tian skating, coming around. Pass, no one there. Taken by Hunter. Hunter lifts it. Downed by Noah Gurdon. Pass back to Jacob Gurdon. Pass through, intercepted. Dangerous chance. This is Finkelstein. He shoots. That one is not in. But now it's stolen back. Another chance. Blocked. Covered by McDougall. Or no, it is in. Brookline is arguing, but that one will go as an empty netter. That will be credited to number 6, Nate DeMartinis. Three to 1 now the Walpole lead, and that one might have sealed it. The interception by Jason Finkelstein got the initial chance. His shot miraculously went off the pole, and Brookline tried to lay out and block the shot by DeMartinis, but nothing doing there. Brookline still trying to fight for it. Gervais a pass. Ames tries to poke it in. Nothing doing. Blakely trying to clear it. Now sent along the boards. Pinned. Noah Gurdon. Shot is deflected. Brookline back to an empty net. Now it's lifted all the way down to the Brookline end. Less than a minute left, and that's an icing. 48.1 seconds left here in the third. Walpole leads Brookline 3-1. Brookline going empty net to try and see if they can get back in this one. But they've had no luck so far. Gervais on the face-off cannot beat Cox. Attempted clear. Desperately kept in play by Jacob Gurdon, but now it's cleared out. Less than 40 seconds left, and another icing call. 36.3 seconds left here in the third. Walpole with the 3-1 lead. Face off. Scrummed for, ultimately sent back to Owen Erdman. Pass misses Jacob Gurdon. Almost another costly turnover. Brookline somehow recovers it. Gervais gains the blue line, runs out of room. It's sent out to the neutral zone. And this might be another empty netter for the Timberwolves. Finkelstein's shot goes wide. Recovered by Hunter. His shot is in. And that one will seal it. Declan Hunter nets the empty netter. And that will make it a very comfortable 4-1 lead with 12.6 seconds left. Faceoff is taken by Grady Ames, lifted off of the boards. As we play out the last 5 seconds of this contest, Walpole will come away with the win here today by a final score of 4-1. A pair of empty netters leave us with a final score that betrays how close this contest was for much of it. A 1-1 tie going into the third period. Walpole scored an early goal to make it 2-1 early in the third. And then a pair of empty netters sealed the deal in the last couple minutes. Walpole 4, Brookline 1. The Warriors suffer their 4th straight loss and fall to a .500 record at 6-6. Walpole improves back above 500, breaks their own 2-game skid, and improves to 5-4 on the year. Goal scoring so far today, the first goal of the game came from Frankie Gavoni of Walpole early in the second period, assisted by Grady Murphy and Drew Naughton. Then Brookline answered back later in the second on a goal by Caleb Weldon, assisted by Emmett Tien and James Redding. The two teams went into the second intermission tied at 1 apiece. But early in the third period, Walpole scored on the power play, a goal by Matt Biancoli, or Biancoli. Might be another name I've been mispronouncing. I apologize if I have been, as he came through with what ultimately turned out to be the game winner. That power play goal gave Walpole a 2-1 advantage that held firm until the last 2 minutes of the game, when Brookline went empty net out of desperation, and a pair of empty net goals for Walpole, one by Nate DeMartinis and one by Declan Hunter, ultimately left us with the final score we have here today, 4-1. So from Walter Brown Arena on the campus of Boston University in Boston, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. It's been a pleasure. As see a couple of live chat messages from Gail Applenap. Thanks so much. You did a great job of announcing. So much more fun to watch when there is an announcer. Thank you. No, thank you, Gail. Those words really do mean a lot to me, because I do take pride in trying to do a good job as an announcer here, and so it's nice to know that I'm able to add something. So thank you very much. Remember, you can look in the description section of this video to find out information about our paying sponsors, the local businesses Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management, the local charity Brookline Food Pantry, more information about me, my personal website, jessesports.com, my email address if you'd like to contact me directly, my Instagram account if you'd like to see, some highlights that I post the day after the games I cover. And remember, if you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all my upcoming live streams. If you're watching this after the fact, leave your comments in the comment section. And other than that, that's going to wrap things up. Walpole 4, Brookline 1. From Walter Brown Arena, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night.